It is meaningful that particular topics, the most profound and important, were not taught, or as little as possible, in later 20th century schooling systems. Ergo, the nature of reality, or the human being, things connected to a sense of identity. Instead, it is when the child is young, the brain still biologically developing, that the false foundation is presented, shown in picture and sound, lots of different products coming from the corporate machine. Dinosaurs and spaceships feature highly on pajamas, comics, cartoons, books. The subliminal scientism is everywhere because that is the point. Not to entertain or educate, those just being a way in. The questions scientism does not answer, or feigns to with old bones kept at the Mandela-affected Smithsonian Institution, are only really introduced by way of fantasy, where the impossible concepts only exist anyway. But it is made to seem it is all so obvious by now, the programs can make light of it, with the Flintstones and Jetsons, for example. The characters behaving and living in the same way we do today, to be relatable. They have cars and telephones too. But it's a pterodactyl talking to you, or using their legs to run the vehicles around. The prehistory narrative being implanted and repeated every episode is the aim. Of course, the freestanding globe has always been a mainstay of primary classrooms. Oribus-like, with no beginning or end. Giant lizards and distant galaxies are meant to cause disorientation in the mind, to where understanding nature is too complicated, best left to the experts, broadcast through chosen actors who are certainly in on the deception aspect. Reflecting on how theatrical all these actors are, Patrick Moore, Brian Cox, Neil in the Grass Tyson. The cult of the personality to draw us away from the lack of any real proofs. An open page of the mind, returning to flat earth, but all ages now. Making realizations, but the records all having been removed / destroyed, the secret societies are likely to step in again at that crossroads to give out fresh answers on rarely asked questions, rather than each person deciding for themselves. Instead, the consensus, which is whatever the funders of the media and institutions deem, becomes the new truth. No progress is therefore allowed. Very effective, the Western universities practice sync teaching on subjects at different points in the timeline. Late 90s, 6 years running American comedy series, Third Rock from the Sun. Harmless entertainment to hide the scientific indoctrination. 4 aliens in human bodies sent to Earth to examine humanity. It is showing themselves as without souls in the same way, living amongst but above other people. At the end of every episode, the group congregate like a ritual on the balcony roof and wonder on the heavens, bringing up some points to do with that, others moral and philosophical. Then it jokes and canned laughter. Below, the monocle, surely a prop for the old one eye. I doubt his sight is worse in the right one. And there's that link to the Victorians, the suit wearing. Brian Cox's Joker-like smile, always plastered on his face like he knows no other emotions than joyous wonder. It's weird.